I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com, and it's Saturday, June 29th. And I want to look at the stock that everybody seems to be looking at, or at least those folks that traded over almost 136 million shares on Friday. Okay, look, the stock was in a volatility squeeze, and I mentioned last week that the short interest was actually pretty high, and so you probably want to steer clear of this for earnings, because you got to wonder, it's like, how bad could it be to where shorts would not be covering their shares? In other words, like, how bad could the bad news be to actually cause the stock to drop? And that's what you got to look for when you have high short interest. Well, guess what happened? We got a 27, almost a 28% drop. So all of those shorts, guess what? They're right. They've been right. Now, if you are shorting the stock right now, if you're going to come in on Monday and short this stock because you think it's going lower, that trade may work. But just keep in mind, a lot of the shares that you're going to be able to sell are probably going to be bought by those that are covering their shorts. It's kind of, if you've been short this stock, it's kind of hard not to cover when the stock drops 28% in a day. I suspect, in fact, that's why the stock stopped where it did. The bottom line is this: they didn't even want to say how many Blackberry 10 sales they had. It wasn't in their earnings report at all, and that's a change. In the conference call, they said that about 40% of their total shipments were the Blackberry 10. I read an article in Motley Fool where they said that 2.7 million units is well below what the consensus estimates were. Okay, so what are we saying here? Okay, this company, they'd been waiting. How long have we been waiting for the new Blackberry? For a long, long time. The anticipation was big. Then the company releases the unit. Oh, it seems like it's great. Reviews weren't that great, but whatever. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the sales. Okay, the sales came in, I'll say it, crappy. So what happens now? Where's the value in Blackberry? There is no value. It's not growing. It's shrinking. There are no earnings. It's actually losing money. So I think you want to steer clear of this stock. Would I short the stock? No, I don't short stocks that are down 27% in a day. But here's your trade. First of all, if you bought the stock, just know that 1025 is the low. I would suggest using $10 as your stop. If you bought this stock, use $10 as your stop. If the stock drops 46 cents to $10, if it drops a few cents below that, you need to go ahead and sell that stock, even if you're losing money on it. And by the way, you can always buy it back if the stock turns around and starts moving up. My sense is, though, once you sell it, you're probably not going to buy it back. Now, on the other hand, if you shorted the stock here, okay, you shorted the stock, then you at least want to have a buy stop in. I'm bracketing this thing, guys. You want to at least have a buy stop in just a little bit above the intraday high, we'll call it, of $11. So this stock is trading right in between the oops, I'm wrong levels on each side. Now, I'll give you one more possibility. If the stock starts rallying above 11 bucks, then what are you going to have? You're probably going to have folks that were short that are going to additionally be covering. Probably also going to get the evil machines coming in and pushing the stock higher. And you're going to get the dip buyers who are saying, like, wow, 27% in a day, this is ripe for a rally. So if the stock starts trading above 11 bucks, it can get up to 12 in a hurry, and you do the math. That's not a bad day trade, a 1 or 2 day trade, maybe up into this level. But the bottom line is this: just know that really the short sellers are the controlling dynamic here. Whether they're covering or not is really going to impact which way the stock goes from here on Monday. So I want you to watch for that, and don't go crazy one way or another. Okay, members, get over to the strategy session. I've got some IBD stocks that are looking really, really interesting, as well as some others in our Stock Watch video. So there's a lot to do, believe it or not.